Hey guys, Pastor Sean coming to you today with the daily devotion. Was riding down the road. We had to take Stephanie's truck up to Dalton to get it worked on and drop it off at the mechanic shop and all this different stuff. And so I was coming back and I was thinking about what I was going to say tonight in the daily devotion. And I got to thinking about this weekend. This past weekend was a great weekend for us at Irwin Hill. And the reason being is we had a lot of things happen. Pastor Tim and Allison had their first son. She gave birth to him this weekend, and Asher is his name. And so Pastor Tim wasn't able to be at worship because they were at the hospital. They were in the hospital. And so my old friend Johnny Holbert, who's on this feed, filled in and did a magnificent job, did a wonderful, wonderful job. And I got to thinking about life in general and how sometimes people come into our lives and people slip out of our lives. And we have to be very, very careful not to burn bridges. Over the last month, and I told this Sunday at church, over the last month, I've played golf with 3 of my former youth pastors. And to me, that's amazing because, we parted and we went separate ways. We came to a point to where, we needed to move forward and move on. And we went down different paths, but I didn't burn the bridges. I kept the bridges up there and kept the connectivity, kept the communication open. And now I have a fantastic relationship with those guys. I'm able to call them, talk with them, play golf with them, whatever needs to happen. I have that kind of relationship with most of the people who have worked with me at some point or another in my ministerial career, and Johnny Holbert is one of those. And I was able to reach back across that bridge and extend my hand, and he grabbed mine and came forward, and we made that connection again, and he was able to be in worship with us. He'll be there again this weekend. Pastor Tim's going to take another week off. I encouraged him to take another week off and get everything kind of settled down at home and get everything into a routine. And you know how it is when you have your first child. You want to make sure that everything is taken care of perfectly, and then that second one, they're hanging on by a wing and a prayer. By the time you get to 3, it's just Katie bar the door. But so I told him to reach back there and take care of all of that, and we would take care of everything else at the church. And so Johnny's going to be there to lead worship again this weekend, and we're excited about that. I'm reminded of Paul. Paul and Barnabas come to a point to where they need to go their separate ways. And they have an argument. They have a heated discussion over John Mark and the way he behaved in certain situations. And so they part ways. They go their separate ways. Paul connects with Silas, and we get that great prison story where the earth begins to shake and the jail bars open up, and the stocks fall off of their hands and the chains fall off of their feet, and they lead the Philippian guard, the jailer there, to the Lord. They lead him to the Lord, and they have that magnificent moment of singing and praying and God setting them free. And he experiences that with Silas. But later in life, he reaches back across that bridge because he didn't burn the bridge. He didn't say things that didn't need to be said. He didn't isolate people who didn't need to be isolated. He was able to say, you know what, I'm going to keep this connectivity here. I'm going to keep this bridge up. I'm not going to burn this to the ground. And he reached back across that bridge at one point and said, bring John Mark. He's useful to me. And he and Barnabas and John Mark rebuild their relationship and move forward from there. We can do that. We can do that in this life. In the Godfather Part 3, I have those life lessons that I teach my kids and my friends, those that are close to me. In the Godfather Part 3, Don Corleone tells them, he says, don't kill everybody because blood is expensive. Don't burn every bridge, because you're going to need people at some point or another. At some point or another, you're going to need to do ministry together again. At some point or another, you're going to need a friend to lean on. At some point or another, you're going to need a shoulder to put your head on. At some point or another, you're going to need a hand to lift you up. I think about Jeremiah when he was in the pit, and they had dropped him down in the pit, and it took 1, 2, 3, 20, 30 men to pull him out of that pit. He needed other people to get him out of that terrible pit. He needed other people in his life. And if you burn every bridge, because somebody hurt your feelings, or because there's a difference of opinion, or because there's a parting of ways, or because they're moving out of your life for a season, or just moving into your life for a season. If you burn every bridge, at some point you're going to be on an island by yourself, and that's no way to live. So don't burn bridges. Reach back, hold on to the connectivity. Reach back and hold on to the friendships. Reach back across that bridge and help somebody be restored. Help somebody be renewed. Help somebody be refreshed. Help somebody do ministry for the kingdom of God. Because honestly, folks, we're all in this together. We're all working for the same God. We're all working in the same kingdom. We're all going to the same heaven. We're all cleansed and washed by the same blood. We're all in this together. Don't burn those bridges. I love you. I'm praying for you. I pray that God's blessings will rest upon you, and I hope to see you this weekend at Irwin Hill. God bless you as always, is my prayer.